Before we get started, is Wack 100 in jail yet? Does anybody know? Because I heard he's on his way. But anyway, let's get into the show, right? The street team was telling me about this situation going on with Papoose and Remy. So we did a little investigation, right? And man, it's getting ugly, man. It looked like the divorce is finally getting ready to, come to fruition. Look like the paperwork is in. But man, this social media shit is getting ugly out here. You know what I'm saying? From being a pedophile to stealing jewelry to having sex with other women on women. I mean, it's getting ugly out here. Sharice, she's talking. Everybody's talking. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get into the conversation that they had. The block captain, Easy, he getting exposed and shit. I mean, a lot of shit is going on. But y'all got to follow everything so you can see how we going to update you, okay? So here go the update. The Chingy for this information, man. He is on his job. Y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. Chingy Smooth, man. Check him out. Yo, check this out.
Shields finally decides to step in and defend her man. She addressed everything she claimed that Remy lied about. From being broke to being managed by Papoose, she addressed everything this morning. If you guys missed that video, please make sure you guys go check it out. Now, Clarissa also tried to play bully and tell her, yo, if I wake up to some more bullshit tomorrow, it's going to be a problem. We normally look at Remy Ma as the bully in every situation. So it's interesting after all these years, watching her bully female artists to now essentially being bullied by a boxer. Remy felt disrespected by Clarissa Shields' response, so she went on Instagram to address her once again. She said, if you just turned 30 and allegedly just met someone 8 months ago that is 47 years old that I knew since you were 10 and was married to them since you were 13, and he has 4 biological children, one age 28 but will be 29, one age 25, another one age 24 but will soon be 25, and a 6-year-old baby, and currently promising you a newborn while finally agreeing to divorce 18 hours, 54 minutes, and 3 seconds ago, please refrain from speaking. Damn, that is one way of telling Clarissa Shields to shut the fuck up and mind your business. Now, shortly after Remy posted that, Clarissa responded. She said, Remy Ma, I'ma say what the fuck I want to say. Yes, we're gonna have a family. Yes, we're happy. And yes, you're still invited to barbecues and cookouts, long as you have a good attitude. Leave me and Pap alone. Nobody worried about you. Yes, I'm 30, not 18. You want to come to the fight or something? Damn. Clarissa, I see what you're trying to do. Nobody was talking about your fight that's coming up on July 26th. Don't you go trying to promote your fight and try to plug it in just so you can get some ticket sales. Remy then addressed her once again. Clarissa, I'm blocked so I couldn't add you, but in case you haven't noticed, nobody, and I mean nobody, is talking about July 26th. Wait, but you just talked about it and you just told everybody the date. They truly don't know where it is, the opponent, nothing. Not even after this little stunt. That's what should have been and should be the focus at all times. Listen, if you're ready to be a grown woman, call me. You have the number. In the meantime, Google divorce mediation. I've been offering that for years. Now, back to your girlfriend, Papoose. Oh shit. Wait, hold up. Bring that ass here, boy. Isn't it crazy to you guys that these guys could just easily call each other, text each other, or shit, even drop by each other's houses?
Are you talking about the times when you wanted to take her over to your mother's house? And I told you, don't be having my daughter around the pedophiles that's over there? One of your adopted sisters, knowingly, y'all all know about it over there.
Damn.
Touching on kids.
Uh-oh. That's a blow.
And that's why she ain't never been over there. That's why she don't know them. And you agreed with it when we were together. Hence why my daughter ain't never really go over there like that. So don't try to sit here and spin and act like, oh, she... The same one whose sister is in the shade room comments popping shit. Worry about your pedophile sister that y'all protecting over there on that side of the family.
Damn.
Okay? Okay? Yes, I'm going there. I'm going to go there with y'all every time. That's in my divorce papers as well. You can have her whenever you want, take her wherever you want. I don't want her around no known pedophiles that are being protected. Tell me I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Should I list who she touched that y'all all know about?
Damn.
That upsets me. That makes me mad.
Gina, damn, pedophile in the family. Don't take my kid around him either. But Joes, you thought that was something. You gotta ask yourself this question after you see this. Does Remy know what type of dude the block captain is? Does she know that Easy is known for doing shit to women? Does she know that? Oh yeah, this shit is getting grimy out here, yo. Check this out. You know, YouTubers out here is like attorneys and investigators and shit. They come up with all kind of shit. And look what we done dug up.
But in the midst of looking up Easy's address history, aka Anthony Brown, they found this. Okay? So, this is the Superior Court of Pennsylvania versus Anthony Brown, which is Easy the cop captain. Shout out to Smart Tech with the $2 cancellation. Team, fuck this nigga, man. Team, fuck this nigga. It's crazy, man. Didn't Cassidy and his record Easy Come, Easy Go, he said, this ain't the dude that Pat would want his daughter around. Wow. Cassidy knew. Cassidy knew. So let's go here, man. So this is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Anthony Brown. Appeal from the judgment of sentence October 27, 2017. In the Court of Common Pleas of Philadelphia County Criminal Division at da-da-da-da-da, right? So let's get right into it. The appellant, Anthony Brown, appeals from his judgment of sentence of 2 to 4 years imprisonment plus 3 years probation for carrying firearms without a license, carrying firearms in public streets in Philadelphia, and possession of an instrument of crime. Appellant argues that the evidence was insufficient to sustain his conviction on the 2 firearm convictions. The verdicts on the firearm charges were against the weight of the evidence, and this is what's important. And 3, the trial court erroneously admitted evidence of a prior incident in which appellant choked a witness and stole her phone. Let me zoom in for y'all, man. Let me zoom in on this for y'all, man. The trial court erroneously admitted evidence of a prior incident in which appellant choked a witness and stole her phone. We affirm. Okay? So this is Easy filing an appeal with some other firearm charges. He has some illegal firearms. He was carrying firearms without a license. And in the trial, they brought evidence of a prior situation. He's claiming like, well, what does this got to do with this, which I'm trying me on right now? So this is why he's filing the appeal. The trial court summarized the factual history of this case as follows. On December 26, 2016, at approximately 7:55 p.m., the appellant picked up his girlfriend, Carol Marchetti, from work at the McDonald's on 120 Oregon Avenue. While leaving, Brown and Marchetti had an argument over the contents of Marchetti's cell phone. So Easy was going through Shorty's phone and saw something that he didn't like, which triggered him to then do what he's about to do. So he was going through her phone. Brown took Marchetti's cell phone and placed his hands around her neck. Shortly thereafter, Marchetti left the McDonald's and walked towards her sister's home. The appellant followed her. After arriving at her sister's house, Marchetti told her sister, who's Rita Brown, and her sister's husband, Georgian Brown, what had happened and asked for bus fare to get to her mother's house. So she escaped Easy's car, right? After Easy choked her out, she got out, went to her sister's house. Easy followed her there. And then Marchetti's sister suggested that her next door neighbor, Jeffrey LaBar, drive her instead of taking the bus. All right, they didn't want her getting on a public bus or having to wait at a bus stop while Easy was out there following her after he already just choked her out after going through her phone and saw something that he didn't like. Right? While waiting for LaBar, Marchetti saw the appellant calling out for her to come home, and she eventually left with LaBar to go to her mother's house. After arriving at her mother's residence on 80th Street and Lindbergh Boulevard, Marchetti went inside while LaBar stayed outside in his vehicle. Meanwhile, the appellant pulled into the driveway in a white Nissan Altima behind LaBar's vehicle. Neither LaBar nor the appellant got out of their vehicles to talk to one another. After a couple of minutes, Marchetti's brother, Michael, walked to the appellant driver's side window. Michael and the appellant started arguing, and Michael punched the appellant through the car window. Dog, why do you keep getting knocked out from dealing with these women? Why do you keep getting punched in the face? So Shorty's brother came out the house, saw that Easy was waiting in the driveway, I don't know what he thought he was trying to do. He came out and punched him in the face through the car window. The appellant then got out of the car, and both men fought for 10 to 15 seconds before LaBar broke up the fight. After LaBar intervened, he and the appellant then fought for another 30 seconds. When the fight ended, both men walked back to their respective vehicles. So Easy lost the fight. He strangled this dude's sister, then followed her home, into which her brother had to come out and hit him with one clean joint through the car.
Damn.
As the appellant walked away, he said to LaBar, "I got you." LaBar then drove to Marchetti's brother's residence, where he saw Rita Brown, their sons, and Georgian Brown outside waiting for him. 10 minutes later, LaBar saw the appellant drive around the block in the same white Nissan Altima. At that point, Rita Brown called the police, who responded around 10:30 p.m. So wait, time out. So Easy got beat up by Shorty's brother, but then went on to try to intimidate the neighbor that just drove Shorty to her mother's house. You got beat up by Shorty's brother, and now you want to take out your anger on the neighbor that was helping your girlfriend at the time? Why didn't you keep that same energy with her brother? Right. After the police left, well, at that point, Rita Brown called the police, who responded around 10:30 p.m. After the police left, the appellant was seen driving around the 2300 block of Beulah Street, or Beulah Street. He eventually parked his car 3 houses from LaBar's residence. After the appellant parked, Georgian Brown approached the parked car with his hands raised and identified himself before requesting the appellant to leave. So then another man came out and said, "Yo, bruh, you better get the fuck out of here, dog. You better get the fuck out of here." Dog. Yo. So before requesting the appellant to leave, while approaching the car from the rear, Georgian saw the appellant leaning towards the right as if he were removing an object from the glove box. After he approached, Georgian was able to see inside the appellant's car because there was a street light in the vicinity of the vehicle. Georgian initially noticed a gleam of metal in the appellant's right hand. So you got beat up, and now you trying to spin the block with a gun. This is what's happening. Dog. We already knew that this was his go-to move, all right? He put his hands around Hurricane's dude's neck like a glass jar. Word to HB2N. He strangled Hurricane Dude at the 2021 Woman of the Year panel, just like he strangled this girl back in 2017. He subsequently saw that the appellant had a gun in his right hand on the appellant's lap. Georgian described the gun as a black semi-automatic pistol. Georgian and the appellant conversed for 2 minutes. During this time, the appellant waved around his left hand, but kept the hand with the gun on his lap. After several minutes, the appellant told Georgian that he was going to pop Jeff. Why? Why are you so fixated on popping the neighbor that all he did was break up the fight? You strangled this girl. The neighbor drove her to her mother's house. The girl's brother beat you up. This dude, Jeff LeBar, the neighbor, broke up the fight.
Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be